So we're starting in products, which is where the whole product library lives. At a glance, you can see each product you carry, how many vials or tubes you currently have on hand, and the total value sitting on your shelf. If you want to see what needs attention today, you filter to running low. This shows you anything that's dropped close to your reorder threshold. You can see we've got a few products running down, including Botox, which also has a batch coming up on its expiration soon. You can also filter by category, whether that's neurotoxins, fillers, or skincare, so you can look at one part of your product line at a time. Let's go back to the full list, and since Botox is low, we'll click into it. When you open a product, you see the whole picture for that item. The recent order history, each lot currently on the shelf with its expiration date, and the compliance status for the vendor you buy it from. We're low, so we'll reorder. 10 vials of Botox from Allergan, which comes to $5,500. We click Place Order, and it's placed. You can also record waste from this screen. If a vial gets dropped or opens and expires or gets contaminated during a treatment, you click Record Waste, enter how many were wasted, and confirm. If you opened the form by mistake, you just cancel out. And there's a search bar at the top of the page for when your product list grows, and you want to jump straight to something specific. When we head over to Orders, the Active tab shows everything that's currently in motion. You can see the order we just placed sitting here, along with anything else in progress. For each order, you can set up an alert, add tracking details from the vendor's email, and check the shipment in the moment it arrives at your door. Let's look at the Galderma order. When the shipment lands, you have 3 ways to receive it. You can receive the whole thing at once, receive a single item at a time, or walk through a full check-in. The check-in is where your DSCSA compliance work happens. You enter the lot number off the box, pick the expiration date, and add any notes. Then there's a quick package verification step, where you confirm the packaging is sealed, the tamper-evident seal is intact, and the labels are legible. You check the ones that apply, and that's your DSCSA verification, done in a few seconds. Then you check in the shipment, and the product is officially in stock. Next to the active orders, we've also got a draft. This one's a pending approval for our May restock. Because it's still a draft, you can either edit it or go ahead and place it. If you want to change the expected delivery date, you can adjust that, save your changes, and place the order when you're ready. Over in history, you'll find every order that's been delivered or canceled. When you click into one, you see the full line items, the total, and the receiving history for each product that came in. If you want to reorder the exact same thing, one click pulls all the details forward into a fresh order for you. At the top of the page, you have 2 buttons side by side. New Order is what you use when you're placing an order with a vendor. Check in shipment is what you use when a product is already at your door, maybe a sample or a transfer from another location, and you want it in stock without going through a purchase order. Same ending, different starting point depending on your situation. On to counts. The tabs at the top let you see completed counts, pending ones, and canceled ones. Let's open a completed count. You can see everything that was counted, how long the count took, and at the top it flags that 5 variances need investigation. That means the physical count didn't match what the system expected. You go through each variance and decide what happened. Maybe it's a miscount, maybe something got wasted and wasn't logged, maybe an order was received but not recorded. Once you've reviewed them all, you approve or reject the whole count. This one looks clean, so we'll approve it. The Canceled tab shows counts that were started and then called off for whatever reason. To start a new count, you pick what type you want. A full count covers your whole clinic. A priority count focuses on your fast-moving products. A spot check is for a single item you want to verify. And a blind count lets your team count without seeing what the system thinks is there. Let's do a full count. Now you go through each product. You can type in exactly what's on the shelf, or you can use the plus buttons. +1, +10, or +1 full vial, depending on how you're counting. If you can't find something, you mark it not found and leave a note for whoever's reviewing. When you're done, you get a summary of the whole count. From here, you can either finalize it or submit it as a partial if you want to come back tomorrow. Once it's submitted, it goes to review, and from the review screen, someone either approves or rejects it. We'll reject this one so you can see the flow. You pick a reason, in this case, not applicable. Confirm the rejection, and it goes back in the queue. The last tab is Compliance. At the top, you see the verification status for each of your vendors, like Allergan, Galderma, Mertz. If any of them need to be re-verified, you can see that here and take action from this screen. Recalls is the more important piece. When you click Check FDA, the system calls the live FDA Enforcement Reports API, which is the official government source for recalls, and pulls the latest drug and device recalls in real time. It matches those recalls against the products you actually carry. So if Allergan issues a recall tomorrow on a specific lot and you happen to have that lot on your shelf, it appears here automatically. Here we have 2 active recalls. Let's click into one to see the details. You can see exactly who on your team has acknowledged it. In this case, I acknowledged it 12 hours ago, which makes 1 out of 8 people so far. Below that is the action history. If you pull the affected lots off the shelf or do anything else related to the recall, you log a note here and it's time-stamped in the record. At the bottom, affected lots shows the specific lot numbers the FDA flagged, so you know exactly which boxes to go find. If a recall doesn't apply to you, maybe it's a different region, a different lot number, or a different strength than what you carry, you can dismiss it. It moves out of the active list but stays in your dismissed view, so if you dismissed it by mistake, you can always pull it back. You can also register a recall manually. If you catch wind of something before it hits the FDA feed, or you want to track an internal quality issue, you click Register Recall, fill in the product, the affected lots, and the reason, and it shows up in your active list alongside anything the FDA finds. And this is the piece that ties inventory back to patient safety. It's called reverse lot lookup. You type in a lot number, and the system shows you every patient who received a treatment from that specific lot. You see their name, how many units they got, when they were treated, and their contact information. From here, you can email all of them directly about the recall in one go, or export the full list as a CSV if you want to handle it outside the system. That's how a single FDA recall goes from a news alert into a clean, traceable, patient-level response. And that's inventory.